Hello everyone and welcome back to Lucky15, where I'm giving you my each way Lucky15 predictions for tomorrow's horse race in action as usual here on the channel. And tomorrow's a very big day. We've got the St Leger race and the St Leger Festival at Doncaster. That will be our sole focus tomorrow. All the races that we'll be going through will be at Doncaster. It's a very good card on tomorrow. A lot of good competitive races, a lot of tough selections as well to kind of work out, see what's going to run well. I think I've managed to come up with some good tips for tomorrow, and I'll be giving those in a minute. But I'm just going to go through on how today's selections ran. It was more like it today. We had a winner and two places. Our first selection was Tomaris, always was in the race and managed to be in the first three. Kind of the first three in that race, managed to break away from the rest of the field, and it wasn't a bad performance there, so I wasn't complaining at 6-1 each way. Our second selection was Time to Study. Now, in my opinion, that went off a little bit short. When I saw it go off at 11-8, I was like, oh no, it's a bit too short for me at that kind of price if I was having a bet there, but I was pleased with the price that I managed to get at 3-1. It was a good gritty performance in the end by PJ McDonald, and it was always probably going to win, but he was being really chased home by Ryan Moore's horse. But it was a good gritty performance, like I said, to manage to win that race. Then our third selection was Sheikh Zayed Road for David Simcock and Martin Harley. Ran not too badly, he was a bit more like it this time, but I think in the race today he hit the front a little bit too early, and then he was kind of drifting back, but then he rallied again to nearly take second place, but he finished in third in the end, and that wasn't a bad performance there. Our disappointment was our nap today at Salisbury in the 5 o'clock, go now, a bit disappointing. It didn't really do its usual tactics of being prominent and being a front runner, and I'm bit uncertain why that horse ran a bad race. I think if you maybe gave it another chance next time out, it could run a lot better, but it's something maybe you would just want to watch from a distance, not put a bet on it unless you think it's going to win the race. But I thought that horse could maybe just had a blip today and can run well in future races, considering it's still only 2 years old. So that's how today's selections ran. If you're familiar with my channel, you also know that unfortunately I don't always get to vlog at weekends, and to stop that from happening and actually do a vlog or do some videos of tips that I fancy that might run well when I actually haven't made a video here on YouTube, I've gone over to our Twitter page at Lucky15. Check us out over there if you don't follow us already, and I'm going to do short snippets with a new thing where I might do, instead of a Lucky15, I might do a double or a treble, or I might just give you a few selections that I think are worth having a bet on, and I've named that kind of video the Loader Lot, so my lot of horses as it were that I think will run well. We did that for this afternoon with a few selections there. Didn't really do any good. We had a couple of places, but it was nothing to write home about, so check it out. If you've checked out my YouTube channel and you can't find a vlog for the day's racing, check out possibly Twitter. There could be some selections going on over there. But anyway, enough of that. I'm going to go through on my selections tomorrow at Doncaster, pretty much going through the whole card with the first 4 races at Doncaster to make up our each way Lucky15 tomorrow. And our first selection tomorrow sees us go to the first race there in the 150, and the horse that we've backed here is a horse called Lexington Abbey, currently 10-1 with bookmakers at the moment, trained by Kevin Ryan. Ryan Moore will take the ride tomorrow, who's quite an interesting jockey booking, and they'll be applying the cheek pieces tomorrow. In these kind of races, this horse has been running fairly consistently but hasn't managed to get his nose in front and win a race. He's been having a lot of placed efforts in second, third and fourth, but I think this is what you kind of need in this race tomorrow. You want someone that's quite consistent, and I thought at 10-1 he's quite likely to hit the frame again. He'll be receiving a little bit of weight as well. He kind of acts with a little bit of cut in the ground as well, so conditions shouldn't be too off-putting tomorrow, and I thought this horse had a very good chance of being one of the most likely contenders tomorrow. So that's our first selection there, Lexington Abbey in the 150, making that our long shot tomorrow. If you're familiar with my videos, I often do a long shot and a nap, and this obviously is my long shot tomorrow at 10-1. Our second selection sees us go to the 225 at Doncaster with a horse called Nathra that's by Nathaniel, that's kind of becoming an up-and-coming sire. He was a very good racehorseman and winning very good races Nathaniel did, but he's making his name as a sire now, especially with the likes of Enable this year running very well. This horse, Nathra, I thought had very good claims tomorrow, trained by John Gosden. Frankie Dettori takes the ride tomorrow, and this horse has, again, kind of like Lexington Abbey, been running very well of late, getting some places, second and third its last 2 runs. I actually saw it and backed it at Newbury last time, where it ran on for 3rd place. And the conditions should definitely suit this horse tomorrow. I think also Doncaster could definitely suit it as well tomorrow, because this horse has been like one of those horses that's been prominent, but it hasn't managed to get to the front. And Doncaster is often a track where you don't want to get to the front too early when you're making your bid for home. You want to be prominent and handy, but not maybe always at the front. And I thought the running style of Nathra, if it's been running like it's been the last couple of times, could possibly get its nose in front tomorrow. And that's going to be our second selection there, Nathra in 2:25 at Doncaster. We then go to the 3 o'clock at Doncaster tomorrow. And this horse was nearly my nap, and it's a horse called Red Mist, trained by Simon Crisford and Andrea. Zaney takes the ride tomorrow. He's been riding this track, awesome, Andrea, and he's always had a good record at Doncaster, and I expect him to possibly win this race tomorrow aboard Red Mist. Now this horse is only making its 3rd appearance tomorrow, but it's meeting its rival from last time, where it finished 2nd by half length at Newbury, Hey Gaiman. And Hey Gaiman is a little bit more of a bigger price at 6-1, and you might want to go with that one. But I thought Red Mist could definitely overturn the form tomorrow. 4-1 at the moment. It will like the conditions as well, because last time out it was run at soft ground at Newbury, and also as well by Frankel. And Frankel's got a reputation of, even though he's a very good sire, since he's retired to stud, his horses tend to improve over time, and this horse could definitely take another step forward tomorrow, and I think this horse will be the surprise package and will be the one that will win that race tomorrow. So that's going to be my 3rd selection there, Red Mist in the 3 o'clock at Doncaster. We then go to the big race tomorrow. Now I've got to be honest, this wasn't easy picking my St. Leger winner. I could have actually, when I wrote down my 4 selections, really tonight, going through all the races, I went to the St. Leger, and it's the one that I've been and ahhing kind of a little bit. Earlier in the week I thought Defore would win. I've actually done Defore in an individual bet. I managed to get him at 6-1, and he kind of shortened up in the end to 9-2. There was a lot of big money around for Defore earlier in the week, and he shortened up, but I've noticed tonight that he's actually slightly on the drift again, and you can find him at 6-1. Another horse that I nearly have backed, and it's been catching my eye a little bit, it's Coronet. I think Coronet could have a good chance tomorrow, finishing 2nd last time out by Enable, and it's been a very consistent horse at big odds. And I thought with Frankie Dettori choosing that one tomorrow, where he could have chosen Stradivarius, who again was another horse that I liked for this race, but I'm not sure about the ground, if it can go on soft ground. It hasn't been proven to race on soft and heavy ground yet, Stradivarius, but I think he could be one of the main contenders in that race tomorrow. But I thought Defore was, for me, I went back to it and I went with my gut feeling. Roger Veron and Andrea Zaney have got a great record at this track that we've already mentioned, and they've been flying this week. Also Defore as well won very grittily last time out at Newbury over soft ground, and actually his best runs have tend to come over soft ground, and the track at Newbury isn't too dissimilar to Doncaster. You've got like a long straight when you're coming for home, and I thought Defore tomorrow could win this race. I mean, Aidan O'Brien's got a decent shout in the race. Sir Michael Stout's got Crystal Ocean that could definitely win the race. And there's also a few other contenders in here that could potentially come up from a longer shot. I think Brian Meehan's also got a possible chance with his selection. So there's quite a lot of good horses in this race tomorrow, and I think it's a bit more wide open than the betting suggests. I think some of these horses, could, like Coronet and that, could easily turn up and win this race tomorrow, and I'm actually tempted to maybe even do like a tricast kind of thing between Defore, Coronet and Stradivarius. I think those could be your first 3 tomorrow, or possibly Crystal Ocean might sneak in the 3 if I was really had to go out there and do a tricast. So To be honest, I think any horse could win this race tomorrow. It's really wide open, but Defoe's been my gut feeling for a little while now since I saw he was going to run in the St. Leger, and that's my selection tomorrow and my nap tomorrow as well. Defoe in the 3:35, the big race of the day, the St. Leger. So that's my nap and selection for the big one tomorrow. But if you've had a good day's horse racing, please let us know. Or if you've got any good bets for tomorrow, or you want to take me on the races that I've selected tomorrow, please let your opinions be made in the comments box below. Also as well, please subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Going back to university on Wednesday to do a master's degree in sports broadcast journalism, and that's why I've created the channel, really just to gain some experience and practice before I start my course. But I will be continuing this channel when I start my course, because I absolutely love doing this, and the more I've done it, the more I've loved doing it, and the more I've become addicted to uploading and sharing my knowledge and enthusiasm for horse racing with you guys. So thanks for all your amazing support so far. Also as well, like I've already mentioned, you can follow us on Twitter at Lucky15, where we're quite active on there at the moment. You can also check us out on Facebook, but we're not really active on there. Twitter's the place to go for us on social media. And also gamble responsibly. Even though it's a good fun day tomorrow and it's Saturday, always watch what you gamble, and hopefully we can have a good day tomorrow. So let us know your big tips for tomorrow in the St. Leger, and hopefully we'll have a good day.